Ah, speaking of, into the lake, splash. Oh, done. Hey drivers, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about the topic, will PlayStation 5 revive Forza Horizon 6? Or shall I say, will the release of Forza Horizon 6 on PlayStation 5 revive Forza Horizon 6? And quite honestly, I don't really know if it will. But here's a couple things you want to take into account. First off, the PlayStation 5 outsold Xbox like by a large amount. So if you look at it, it's about 92 million, I think, PlayStation 5s were sold versus I think it estimated like 34 million for Xbox. So that's a lot of people that have probably not even played Forza Horizon 6 yet. So I imagine there might be a pretty large spike of players when it comes out. Man, I cannot drive and talk at the same time. Anyway, just focus on the topic at hand, not my driving. But yeah, I don't know if it will be able to accomplish that. I mean, there's so many players, but there's also kind of this negative stigma out there about Forza Horizon 6. So maybe there might not be that many that will think it's worth their money. Maybe if they reduce the price, might be some people that will come over, but unless they do that or have some amazing new expansion at like timed perfectly around the release of that, I'm not really sure. So another thing that, whoops, I missed my turn there. Another thing that I want to talk about was the fact that we had such a large player base at one time. We were sitting around 300,000. 300,000. I mean, that's unheard of for a racing game. Players at one time. And now I think we dropped to somewhere around 12,000 active players. That's a large drop, and I think it's just because people just got bored. They've seen everything. We're handheld through finding all the barn finds. I mean, it was just too easy to get through the game. I remember playing games, and I talked about this in my last video. I strongly recommend that you go watch it. But I talked about a time, and I'm older than I look, but I was playing San Francisco Rush 2049 when that came out, and we were playing on the Sega Dreamcast. And I kid you not, you know, my buddy would come over, and we'd just play that for hours throughout the summertime, over and over and over again. And it was such a simple game. There was like nothing really to it. There's maybe like 8 cars, and the cars had wings and had great physics and stuff. It was kind of a futuristic racer, but we enjoyed it, and there were so many secrets hidden throughout the world. There was still, actually, I was watching a video on the game a little bit ago, and there's this secret stunt room that I thought I had discovered everything in the game, but after decades, I'm looking and I'm like, oh my goodness, I never knew that was there. It's still stuff that I hadn't found, but that's because the game didn't tell you. If you wanted to find any of that stuff, you had to look into a game guide or something. And you know, we had the internet and stuff, so yeah, there were articles out there, but you really had to dig deep. You couldn't just look at a point on the map that had a big circle on it saying, hey, come check this out. I mean, can you imagine how much more rewarding it would be that you didn't have anything on the map showing where things were, and you had to spend time looking for them, and people discovering stuff that way over and over and sharing it? I think that'd be way cooler. But it's just so accessible now, and I get it. Things are a little different. People don't have as much time to invest into games as they used to. Well, at least especially us older folk. But you know, it's kind of sad to see such a game like this that, you know, that I've been dreaming about for years. I think, what was it, 7-8 years? Been waiting for this game, and it finally comes out, and there's this awesome euphoric like rally of people coming around it, and then they just lose interest. I mean, look at this game. It's still awesome. Look at Mount Fuji off there in the distance. The city I'm driving through here is just so cool. I mean, back in the day, I used to just enjoy games just to be in the world. I didn't have to always have a mission or something to unlock, and you can see that that's what the community, or at least I think the community wants, because if you go to the map, there's just hundreds and hundreds of little activities to do. There's no, well, creativity is to like, let me just make up my own thing. Let me get a bunch of friends and go to the mountainside without, you know, joining a race and start racing down the hill there. Don't do that in real life. You guys know about my brand. It's all about safe driving and driving with skill. All right, we were at a destination. Did I just pass it? All right, it just gave me a new one. Anyway, I kind of want to know what you guys think would bring this game back. Is it going to be in an expansion? Is it going to be certain cars that you're looking for? I doubt it's just cars. There's plenty of cars. In fact, I have so many cars right now that, I mean, I want more cars, don't get me wrong, but there's so many cars in the game right now that you can do thousands of combinations and upgrades. Make the exact same car feel like a completely different car. And then you have all the classes and stuff. So there's no shortage of options and vehicles. Maybe it's more customization, interior customization, like some of the games that are coming out. Things like that might be neat. But I doubt they're gonna do such a big patch like that, but who knows? What's another thing that I was thinking about? Besides future expansions, I think there's some other things that I would like to see, and I got it. The one that really gets me excited is the thought of bringing back clubs. Now, many of you may not know about that. I've talked about it on my channel before, but I arrived at the destination here. I've talked about it before. Just get that little mascot over there. But Forza Horizon, or not Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport 4 had a system that many of you don't know about because it was an online only system where you had car clubs. And you and your friends can form a club, all get together, trade, like make a livery for the club and share it, share cars, which was really awesome. And you could share tunes. And then there's a leaderboard for your club in terms of times. And then you also had like club captain, and then you had co-captains that were in there. I don't think it was called captains, but it was that was the idea pretty much. And they had different levels of authority, so it was kind of neat. It was very organized, and it made you feel like you were really part of something pretty cool, a little car club, you know, just like, you know, maybe you had to pass a test to get into the club or beat someone down a hill, whatever the club wanted to do. And I think that would be really cool in a game like this with all these cars and the Japanese culture and stuff, to have like car clubs on here. But you know what? I don't know why Turn 10 or Forza Motorsport, the Microsoft Studios or whatever, hasn't brought that back in any of their iterations of games. What am I doing? Like I said, guys, I cannot race and drive at the same time. No matter, I race and talk at the same time, no matter how slow the car is. Trust me, I'm a much better driver than this. Anyway, yeah, I really want to see them get a bit more innovative, bring back features that people loved, and pay attention to the community, because I think they're paying attention to the wrong things. And there wasn't enough difference. I mean, I think that's another thing people are feeling, that this game is almost a reskin. I am taking terrible lines. This is just a reskin of Forza Horizon 5, and you know what? They're not far off the mark with that. I mean, I didn't play a lot of FH6, but A lot of the same features carried over, a lot of the same parts carried over. It's not a big enough difference. Whoa. Alright, so yeah, what I was saying is hopefully they can actually work from this baseline, you know, and take it a little further and build something that it's so violent hitting these little guys. I'm not used to purposely hitting things in a game. Alright, here we are. Oh, this is sweet. I'm not gonna do it. Okay, so as I was saying, I really hope that they use this game as a baseline and build on the foundation of what Forza Horizon 5 was. So hopefully they just need to get this out there. They have the aesthetic and everything, and they do more than just adding cars and adding a few events and things like that. They need to go deeper. And sure, I'm okay. Bring back the the Hot Wheels pack. Bring back the Legos pack. That's cool and all. Would love to see that kind of stuff again. But that's not what's going to revive this game. They need to go a little deeper. They need to do something more creative, more innovative, and something that allows the user to use their imagination. And I think that's what we're missing in titles like this today. So we'll see what happens. Drivers, as always, I'd like to hear your thoughts. What do you think would make Forza Horizon 6 a better game, a game that people want to return to? Leave it in the comments below. And as always, drivers, drive safe and save it for the track.